All right, guys, welcome to Tax Business Virtual Workflow. So we're going to go over both ways on how you can actually onboard tax clients virtually and grow your virtual tax business. So let's kick it off with an agenda. So step number one, we're going to talk about virtual workflow overview. Step two, we're going to go over the free version to onboarding clients virtually. And then step three, we're going to talk about the scalable version to onboarding clients virtually. So let's get started. All right, so a little bit about me. My name is Krista Tyus. I am the instructor for today's course, and I teach tax and accounting professionals how to start, grow, and scale their virtual tax and bookkeeping firms to $250,000 plus. And I've trained well over 1,000 tax and accounting professionals in over 13 countries. And I developed this training after working with thousands of tax and accounting pros around the world. And I've condensed down the exact steps that you need to work virtually. So let's talk about why you need to build a virtual firm. So we all know that taxes is recession proof, right? I think the saying is two things that are for certain is death and taxes, right? So congratulations, you're already in the right business because you will always be in need. But now we actually go to another level, which is fail proof, right? So it has to be said that even though taxes is a recession proof business, that some people just don't make it in the business, right? They don't know how to effectively move with the times, scale with the times. And I think COVID has definitely taught a lot of you that, well, a lot of businesses around the world, period, that we need to have a virtual platform. We need to have a way that if all else fails and we can't be in close proximity to one another, that we can still sell our services and our products. And so going virtual is going to make your business fail proof. So now you are double armed, right? You're in a recession proof business, and now you're going to arm yourself with a fail proof business. So let's talk about virtual versus face-to-face. So first, working online greatly differs from face-to-face interactions. First of all, you're going to be able to onboard dozens of clients per day, even per hour, even per minute if you wanted to. Now, for some of you that are new, that might be sounding a little far-fetched, but as you grow, as you start to really get into your marketing, you do a great job for your existing clients, you're going to be getting a lot of referrals coming in. You will naturally start to get more clients. You're going to be getting, like I said, referrals. You're going to be getting new clients, and you want to be virtual. First off, you want to be able to help someone in different states or cities. Now more than ever, you don't have to just service, your 5 to 10 mile radius around your city. You can be in California and working with someone in New York. You can be in Georgia and working with someone in Florida. And this is the beautiful part about going virtual and building a virtual firm. Second, you're going to be able to work on your own schedule when you are most energized. So there's, very specific times of the day where we all are at our peak performance. And I know for me, I typically like to work late, right? So I'm recording this video right now for you guys, and it's almost 11 o'clock at night right now. But this is when I'm most energized. This is when I'm most, excited, and I've pretty much caught my second win. For some of you, you might be most energized early in the morning. And so the key here is that we aren't just confined to a 9 to 5. We can do taxes or bookkeeping when we feel like it. We can plan our work around our family, right? I don't work from the hours of 3 and 5 p.m. because that's the time I'm picking up my children from school and I'm spending time with them. So you actually growing and scaling your virtual firm is going to have this freedom in it where you get to craft your schedule around when you are most energized, craft your schedule around you and your family. Now, third point is you're actually able to earn more money because you're actually able to help more people. Now, when you're working virtual, you don't have people sitting in your face watching you do taxes as you do when you have a brick and mortar. And trust me, I've done both. So I started off with a brick and mortar. So I know what it's like to sit in front of every last one of your client. And, you have to talk to them. You have to engage them in conversation. I used to make my clients coffee, and tea, and I used to play with their children. And so while the connection, of course, was amazing, it's still, I was only, able to help so many people in an hour, right? I was probably capped about 2 to 3 people per hour because, it's just a natural rhythm of you talking to someone, catching up, what they've done for the year and so forth. Now, when you're virtual, you do lose that human touch, but you're able to scale because you're able to get more tax returns done in an hour. So now I went from being only able to do maybe 3 tax returns in an hour working face to face because I physically had to sit these people in front of me, to now we can do, 7, 8, 9 tax returns in an hour because we have systems we're leveraging to help us scale and move faster. Okay. Now, the next one is that you do want to provide a superior customer experience by allowing the client to get serviced on their own time. I remember, clients used to have to fight traffic, leaving work, leaving their 9 to 5 just to come to my office to drop off their tax documents, right? They used to have to bring their children and, have to set appointments on the weekend so they can come and get their taxes done. And now more so than ever, people are leveraging working virtually, right? This is why TurboTax, over 52 million people file their taxes online with TurboTax because they love the convenience of it, right? So you really building out virtual systems is going to help you stay competitive in this landscape. Now, moving on to onboarding must-haves. So working virtually will require a few different systems, whether you are doing it the no-cost way, which I'm going to show you, or the scalable version. I'm going to show you that way too. But there are still systems that you need, right? Because obviously we are using the internet, we're online. So you do need to be comfortable managing and leveraging these systems. Now, let's talk about the no cost aversion. So this is going to be little to no cost involved. This is great when you are just starting off and you want to keep your costs down. So if you're just getting into the business, you really don't have a lot of experience, you don't have any clients yet, you want to keep your costs down as much as possible until you start making money. Now, the systems that you will need for this no cost version is G Suite, Google Drive, and Google Talk. And so I'm going to walk you through all of these right now. So let's do a live walkthrough. All right, so what I've done is gone to workspace.google.com, or you can just type in G Suite and Google that. And so what you want to enable a professional email. So let's look at the pricing for you. So for a professional email, it's going to be $12 per month. This is very affordable, very doable for a lot of you guys, right? $12 per month. This is going to allow you to get a custom email domain, which is what you want, because you don't want to just use your Gmail. You want to use G Suite, which is the business version. And then you get all of these beautiful apps associated with G Suite that we're going to actually leverage to run your virtual firm. So for instance, my G Suite name is hello@kristatayas.com. So when you get started, it's going to allow you to pick out a domain, pick out any domain that you want. It really doesn't matter the domain that you have. So don't put too much stock into that. That's not what's going to bring you clients. Trust me. You want to get something that you can grow into, right? So try not to box yourself in just saying, kristastaxservices.com. You know what I'm saying? In a month from now, you want to do bookkeeping. So don't box yourself in. But once you get started, Google is going to ask you to choose a domain and then choose your email. I like hello, right, on my email. So a lot of my emails, they all start with hello@thedomainname.com. Some people like to do info@domainname.com or hi@domainname.com, or even your first name. So it could just be, I could have just gotten, Krista@kristatayas.com. Again, that really doesn't matter as well. You just want to choose a professional email with G Suite, right? That's going to be $12 per month. Now that you have your G Suite, now we just need to set up your Google Drive back office that you're going to leverage for your virtual firm. So what I've done, I created a folder called Accounting and Tax Clients 2020. And what I've done is I created a folder. So you're going to right click and create a new folder, and then we're going to name it. So I'm just going to name this Bob Parker, and then press create. And then all of these are my tax clients right now. Now within my tax clients, I have my documents for each tax client. So for Ann Withers, I have her 2020 source document. So these are all of the forms that she uploaded to me. So I put them in this folder right here. And then I have my a copy of her 2020 individual tax return. So these are just mock documents so you guys can see what this looks like. I have our engagement letter in here. And then I have our tax onboarding form. So this is what you want to leverage to onboard your clients. It's like you're going to use Google Forms to replace a questionnaire. So you're going to take this and title it tax onboarding or something like that. And then you're going to go ahead and type in first name, last name, and start asking them questions. So I asked a question of dependents. If so, list their name, date of birth, and social security number for each child. Spouse, address, preferred telephone number, email address. Did you have business income in 2020? Yes or no? So all of this comes with G Suite. So now when you onboard your clients, you just send them this link to your Google form. They fill it out, and then all these responses will be sent to you once they actually respond. They also can upload documents to you. So right here, we can add, let's say it says upload all of your W-2s and 1099s and other tax documents below. So we can add a question or statement rather that says upload all of your W-2s, 1099s, and other tax documents. And then we're going to go to file upload, and then it's going to say continue. And then boom. So now when they get to the bottom of this, they're going to see this statement right here, and maximum number of files, we can say 10, right? We can increase the size if we think that they're going to be uploading a lot. And now we can actually push this to a specific folder. Right? And so once we push this to a specific folder, we can always transfer, once they're uploading all those documents, we can transfer to that person's respective folder, right? So this is your Google form. I'll put an actual copy of mine, and you can continue building out yours, adding in your custom questions for your onboarding form. Now, once they fill that out, you're going to put that in their folder as well, along with all their other documents. And then I created another folder called 2020 source documents. And this is where I put, again, all of Ann's 1099s, her mortgage interest statement, W-2s, and things like that. So now I am organized. For every client that we have all of their information organized neatly within their Google Drive folder. Now, last but not least, I do have a 2020 tax checklist. So this just keeps me on track. So on my checklist, I have client uploaded all documents on 3/2, initial video call with client on 3/3, verified driver's license and social security cards, client completed Google form, client made tax deposit, tax return completed in tax software, client paid final tax invoice, offboarding review call with client completed, tax return file with federal, state, and local, and client copies sent to client. So I have a checklist in here so I can make sure that, each client, there's quality control, right? I'm not missing anything. Nothing is falling through the cracks. So I have a checklist for each client. And don't worry, I'll give you all of this, attached to this training. So now that we have a professional email, we have a professional back office, and so far we're only been charged $12 per month, right? And now we're able to manage our tax clients. So this is good when you're just starting off. Now, when we meet with clients, again, we're still going to use Gmail. So we're going to use Meet, and we're going to meet with clients here on video conferencing, which is included with your plan as well. And so from start to finish, we're using everything with G Suite, right? For that $12 per month. Now let's talk about scalable versions, right? So that version that I just showed you, again, it's really good when you're just starting off. You have a handful of tax clients, which is great, right? You're able to keep organized, keep everyone's file completed and organized. You're able to leverage all of those tools for just $12 per month. Now we are looking to a scalable version. This is when you start getting over 25, 50 tax clients, it really starts to become cumbersome to keep track of everybody and to ensure the quality control is there. So this is where we leverage software, and we leverage software to really help you scale, but also to help make you look like a superstar, right? So one, software is going to allow you to work with many clients at once, right? So now you're not just sending everyone a link. So, for that free version, we have to send them the Google Drive link for them to onboard. We actually have to categorize our folders and, transfer those files over. It takes a little manual work, but hey, it's only $12 per month, right? And it's fine because you only have 2 or 3, 4 clients that you're doing that for. But as you start to grow, you need a version that's going to allow you to help more people. You also want to start leveraging other people to help you, other professionals. And this is what I call outsourcing. So a lot of people think that they need to be, making tens of thousands of dollars per month, or that they need to be in business for years before they can actually outsource. And that's not true. You can actually outsource as soon as possible, right? You don't have to be the only person doing the tax returns, the bookkeeping, or anything. You could just review the work and be the face of the business. So outsourcing would allow you to actually help more people and make more money. And then client experience. So when you do leverage software and systems, you do provide that wow factor. People are like, oh my God, this was amazing. This was so easy to work with her or to work with him. And then last, you do have less moving parts. So with the free version with Google Suite, you're using Google Meet, you're using your Google folders, you have your Google form, which is fine. But when you have software, you just have that one component, which is the software, right? As opposed to all different components. So let's walk through what does software look like and how you can actually leverage that. All right. So I use Onboardable. So this is a virtual tax and accounting firm software solution that allows you to onboard any tax and accounting client anytime from anywhere in the world with the one powerful virtual practice management. So first, let's go back. Let's check out the pricing. So the pricing is $35 per month. You can have as many clients as you want. You can have as many team members as you want with Onboardable for one low fee of $35. So literally for like an extra $16, you can have a virtual system that's all in one, or you can save $70 and pay for it for the entire year. Now, let's actually log into my virtual practice. And so this is how we are able to keep up with everyone when we start to have, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 plus clients. You want to start leveraging software. So first and foremost, we're going to have an invitation link. So this is the most important thing when you are onboarding tax clients virtually. So this way we can take this onboarding link and I can text this to my clients. I can email it to all of my clients. I can, literally, we can post this on social media. We can put this link anywhere and start onboarding tax and accounting clients, right? So it's not uncommon for people to take their onboarding link on social media, especially during tax time. Click this link below to get started, and then you put your onboardable link. So it's going to have, your picture, your company's name, and they're going to be able to start filling out their online questionnaire. So they're going to choose the services that they want to sign up for. And then once they do, they're going to be let into their own secure portal. So I'm just going to log in from here and bam. So this is what your client sees. So it's very professional, very laid out. They're going to go to their onboarding questionnaire. They're going to answer all of these questions. They're going to save, and then they're going to submit it over to you. After they do that, they're going to go ahead and upload their documents to you. So they're going to browse their computer and upload all of their documents to you and send it over. And then you can send over your engagement letter to them. You can actually have them sign it within the system. So as you see here, we've already sent this engagement letter for individual tax preparation, and we can have them sign that there. So we can say, click here to sign document. All right, and we see here that this one was already accepted and signed via DocuSign by the client right here. So this is how they can track all of the services that they signed up for, all of the documents that they're sending your way, all the documents that you sent their way. They can also pay their bills from here for tax preparation, bookkeeping. They can chat with you, so they can, you guys can chat directly within this portal. So if you have a question or if you need to follow up on something, you can use that chat feature very easily. And then they can see any requested items that you've sent them. So if I go to another service, let's just look at maybe tax planning, for instance. I can come here to professional requested, and it says your professional has requested these items from you. That we haven't requested any items yet, but this is where it'll have a list of all the items that you need additionally. So this typically happens, maybe you have a client and you notice that they checked off that they had a business, but they didn't submit over their profit or loss or their balance sheet or anything like that. So you can go ahead and request these items from them, right? So this is your client's portal. It's very, professional, very intuitive, easy to use, and it's going to make you just look amazing, because they're like, oh my God, it's so easy to work with this person. Now let's go back to your side on how you're going to run your virtual business. So let me log back in. And then let's go to our client management. So as clients are coming into your system, signing up for services, you're going to be able to see who they are. You're going to be able to make notes for you and your staff or whomever you're working with. You're going to see in one place all of the documents that they might have uploaded. But most importantly, you're going to be able to manage the entire workflow process. So you remember that checklist that I showed you manually that I created? Well, that checklist is already here within Onboardable for you. So we already have, review all source documents, review questionnaires, complete tax return and tax software. We already have our entire tax preparation checklist here. So as we start doing these items, we're going to check it off. Right? We can also assign it out to different team members that's on our team that we're working with. We can put due dates, or we can just assign it to ourselves and put due dates so we can stay on track. Here's where we can send those client requests. So if we need additional documents, we can say, hey, I need this 1099. I need you to send it to me by Friday. And then you can make a note to the client and send it to them directly. We also can add additional checklist items. So it's going to be cases where you're going to have to do one-off tasks for your clients. So maybe you have to call the IRS for your client. So you can put that here, call the IRS, put a due date on it, select a team member, and then hit save. And then now that's an extra task list that you now can manage and track for this particular job for individual tax return. Let's just say this was individual tax return for 2019. So we can put a name to it so we can keep organized. We can put our due dates to say when we want this completed. And again, we can assign this entire job to someone else on our team. We also have the capability of keeping organized with our folders. So the same kind of function that Google Drive allows you to do, you can actually do that here within Onboardable. Keep organized with all of your files for each individual client and for each individual job that you have. So this is the scalable version. And the reason why it's scalable is because now I have hundreds of clients that I'm working with, and I literally have even more jobs that I'm doing for each client, because one client could have 2 to 3 jobs. One client could be a tax prep client. They can also be a bookkeeping client, and they can also be a tax planning or a tax resolution client. So now I'm only using one system to manage all of my client jobs in one location, and everything is seamless. I can keep track of work due. I can keep track of my calendar. Everything is here. So let me know what questions you have about Onboardable. Now, if you want to try Onboardable, you can go ahead and sign up for a free 14-day trial, see how you like it. But definitely this is useful if you have, typically over 20 tax clients, you have a few bookkeeping clients, you want to start leveraging software to help you manage the back end process of everything and keep track with your workflow. All right, guys, that that is it for the virtual firm workflow. I'll make sure I put all the resources that I mentioned in this training video attached to this video. But if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me at hello@kristatayas.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Also, if you want to work with me, if you want training like this, consistently and ongoing for your tax and accounting business, I definitely would invite you to work with me. Go ahead and shoot me an email that you're interested in learning more about any programs that I have that you can partake in for us to work together. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.